So after 4 years of waiting, the Family Man finally comes back, and after a very strong season 1 and season 2, I was looking forward to it. Uh, Turns out it wasn't that good. It kind of sucked. It's not One Punch Man bad. That's a whole category in itself. But if I had to describe the Family Man season 3 in one word, it would be underwhelming. So I think if the first two seasons weren't so strong, I wouldn't have been so let down by this. But it's just the fact that we've waited so long and delivered so little that in the end it doesn't even matter. The plot feels really scattered. They have like 10 different plot lines going on, and despite that, it still feels very slow and groggy. It's this weird mix of too much going on, but not enough going on to really care. Half the subplots you don't really give a shit about. Um, and the plots that do kind of just meander for a while. I feel like there's no sense of urgency a lot of the times. While there's a few good action scenes scattered throughout, I just feel like there's no momentum building up like the season 2 had. And the characters in it don't really they don't really make decisions that would make sense for the characters. It feels like the narrative is dragging the characters instead of the characters driving the narrative. And I don't know. I just feel like things that happen in a season, it's just a bunch of stuff that happened, as Homer Simpson would say. I think, in terms of positives, like I said, the action is really good and the cast gives great performances. Everybody from Shri to Sushi to JK to pretty much everybody in the cast does a very strong performance. It's just the problem is, a good performance could only take you so far. I feel like the writing carries everything in almost every show, and the fact that the writing is kind of weak, it just makes you makes you lose interest really, even though the actors give it their all. Especially the guy who plays Shri, he's fantastic in this show. Every season, he's just put so much like energy into it. His facial expressions are always on point. His delivery's great. By the way, is this something India does a lot, where like they'd mix in Hindi with a bunch of English out of nowhere, like they kind of keep flopping back and forth between it? Indian people in the comments below, let me know, because I'm a little confused as to that. Is it like Spanglish? The new characters really don't add much to it. Indian Khal Drogo's kind of lame. The Prime Minister and all of her cabinet also kind of lame. All he does is sit there and say, "We have to do something," but they don't really do anything to make a bunch of stupid decisions, which you wouldn't really expect from a prime minister. Uh, I don't know. I just feel like there's so much potential in this season based on the strong cast, the brilliant cinematography and action sequences, and the legacy of the first two seasons that they kind of just scrounged it, and it's just very poor execution. I don't know. It's just I just feel like maybe at this point the show should have just ended after season 2. Also, considering you spent 7 episodes building up to a cliffhanger to another season, like the fact that you had all this plodding along and nothing even happened at the end, I don't know, it just feels like the whole thing was a sequel bait. It has the same problem I have with some of these Marvel movies now, where the movie doesn't exist as its own movie, it just exists to set up other movies. That's the problem I have with the Family Man season 3. Like, out of all the stuff that happens, I feel like seasons 1 and 2 left the door open for more seasons, but they each had their own ending. This just seems like a trailer for the next season. And that's unfortunate, isn't it? Well, let me know down in the comments what you guys thought of season 4 of The Family Man, and I'll talk to you guys next time. Peace.